I've cracked my toe bones a few times. It's pretty painful. There was one time I dropped a big can, like not a the standard size is like what 15 ounces or something. This was like a big one that was I don't know what it was, 32 ounces or something, like a great big can. I don't know why I had such a large. It might have been pineapple juice or something like that. That's usually comes in a really big tin in the States anyway. And it slipped out of my hand and it fell on my foot. And I was barefoot and I was in the kitchen. And it fell on my foot. And all I know is I looked down and I just saw the can sitting on my foot and then blood. Just like a pool of blood. And I thought I had severed my toe. I just freaked out. This was back in the 90s. It's when I was married to my first husband. He was an EMT firefighter, right? Emergency medical technician, firefighter, first responder guy. And he was somewhere. I don't remember where he might have been at work. But I reached down with a towel and I scooped up my foot. I literally thought I was scooping up my own toe with the foot. Like I was just in panic mode. I was just, because there was so much blood. And I scooped it up and I grabbed the phone. This is before cell phones, so I had to grab the landline phone. I was young. I was in my early 20s, and I call him up, and I'm just hysterical. Bleeding and blood and thing and foot and whatever. And so he's just freaking out. He thinks something horrible has happened. He says, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Because we lived in a small town, so he wasn't that far away. So he jumps in his truck, and he drives home. Oh, and he tells me on the phone, he says, elevate it. He says, elevate it. So I'm trying to put my foot up in the air while holding a towel over it while it's bleeding. And I'm still convinced I have a severed toe. In retrospect, it was ridiculous. But at the time, I was just so panicked. And I'm trying to hold my foot up over my head and I'm bawling and there's blood and it's just crazy. And he comes home and he rushes up the stairs and he rushes in and he pulls back the towel and he looks and I'm crying and I'm telling him my toe's gonna fall off and all this stuff, and he just looks at it and he's like, it's fine, you're fine, you're gonna live. Right? Oh my gosh. But I guess it was cut pretty bad, and so he made me get in the car and go to the ER, and they took me in, and and I'm sitting in the middle of this ER surrounded by like heart attack patients and like serious stuff's going on all around me. I don't know what, like gunshot wounds or stab wounds or I don't even know what all this stuff's going on all around me, and I'm just sitting there with like an ice pack on my stupid toe. And they took x-rays and I broke the bones in my toe, but it wasn't severed. They didn't have to stitch it back on or anything. I don't remember if I got stitches. It was definitely broken, but oh, what an ordeal. And when I think back on it now, I'm laughing because like since then, I'm older and wiser, and I probably have an arm fall off and I would just be like, yeah, that tracks. Whatever,